Welcome back finally to a brand new episode of The Drunk Chef. I'm sorry I've been away for so long, but life happens. I'm John Lepp, I'm The Drunk Chef, and today I'm gonna... oh god.
I used to drink, I used to smoke, and then I dance. I used to drink, I used to smoke, and then I dance. Well, coming from the living.
Okay, now I'm ready. Welcome back finally to a brand new episode of The Drunk Chef. Today I'm going to make a striploin steak with like a red-eye barbecue sauce, twice baked baked potato, and shrimp wrapped in bacon, of course, surf and turf. And the beauty of this, you can kind of break it down to the parts you want. If you make it all at once for one meal if you want, or if you just want to do the steak or potato or whatever, you can do that. Okay, so here's how we do it. First things first, we're going to start with our potato. We're going to throw this in an oven, 400 degrees for an hour. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to start with my barbecue sauce, my red-eye barbecue sauce. Of course, the red-eye thing is pretty much because of the coffee that I include, but I'm going to ramp it up just a little bit more, just because I like to. So this is totally scalable. This is going to be enough for like 2 steaks. Of course, it's just me, but tonight. But again, if you want to scale up and make a bigger batch, you can do that. Just scale however you want to. So first I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of water. Going to take a 1/4 cup of ketchup. 2 tablespoons of very strong coffee. 1/2 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Lindsay. Just 1/2 teaspoon of molasses. In this I have about a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of onion, a little bit of garlic, and a bit of cayenne as well. And that goes in. Salt and kosher salt and ground pepper. I'm going to turn this to high and then bring to a boil. Okay, so this has come to a boil, and what I'm going to do is just reduce it down to about a medium or so, and just let it simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes. It should thicken up nice. Again, it's basically the sauce, like the barbecue sauce, is going to go on top of the steak, so it should be nice and thick, and right now you can kind of see it's very liquidy. So we're going to simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes and see where we get to. Okay, it's been about, actually it's been a bit longer, it's been about 8 minutes, 9 minutes. I like mine a bit thicker, that's all. So there's sauce. We're just gonna have a little taste here. Yeah, that's good. That's pepper's nice. The cayenne adds some nice like heat, but not too much. Love the tomato. It's good. All good. Okay, so this we're just gonna set aside and save until, of course, it's time to eat, and it will thicken a bit as it cools. So we're good here. So steak. This is what I got. It's a AAA Angus beef. Now, I got this at my butcher here at the grocery store, and if I'm going to have steak, I like to pay for a high quality beef. If you go onto the shelves, on the shrink wrap shelves, you can usually get like a single A or double A mostly, beef, which is not a pure cut. This is a much better cut. If you look at this, I'll bring it to the camera. This is a great strip loin. You can see there's lots of nice marbling throughout. And this is like what you're looking for. You're looking for a nice marbled strip loin, and again, you're going to pay a bit more for it, but it's totally worth it. Trust me. So next one I'm going to do is I'm going to make a brine for my shrimp. Now, I brine everything. I'll brine pork, I'll brine shrimp, I'll brine chicken. In case you don't know, the reason you brine is so when you put it on a barbecue or if you put it in the oven, it doesn't dry out. You're basically adding moisture and flavor to your meat. In this case, shrimp, or I've done it with chicken wings, you're basically adding water and stuff, so when it actually cooks, you're not going to end up with a dry lump piece of meat at the end. So I'm going to brine my shrimp, and this is the brine for the shrimp. So here I've got 2 cups of water. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of kosher salt. I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar. I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of ground coriander, and a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. Just until the sugar and the salt dissolve. And to that I'm going to add my shrimp. Now these are like a large shrimp. They've already been deveined at the grocery store, so I don't need to do that. And you just peel them and then put them in the brine. So I got my shrimp in the brine here. I'm going to put this in the fridge for about half an hour, but no longer, okay? Okay, next I've got another saucepan here full of water. I'm going to bring this to a boil. And what I'm going to do is, I know, I'm going to boil some bacon. Now, boiled bacon sounds like probably the most disgusting thing in the world, but I have to boil it. Boiling is kind of like par cooking it, or cooking it a little bit and all the way. So when I actually wrap it around the shrimp and put it in the barbecue, it'll actually crisp up really nicely on the barbecue, because if I don't par bake it, then it won't. It'll just be kind of flabby and not totally cooked by the time the shrimp are done. So I have to boil it a little bit in water, just for a few minutes, and then we'll be ready to roll on the grill, which is that way. Okay, I have some just boiling water. I'm going to add some bacon, and I'm just going to boil this for about 5 minutes. How can you not love bacon? Okay, so it's been about an hour for my baked potatoes, so I'm going to take this out of the oven and let it rest for about 10 minutes before I do anything with it. Just let it rest, let it kind of cool off a little bit, because the inside obviously is going to be really hot. You know, hot potato. In the meanwhile, my shrimps, they have been brining, and they are done as well. Again, you don't want to leave them in too long, because they'll start to get kind of not nice, nasty-ish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brine shrimp. I'm going to basically put a piece of basil around it, and half a piece of my boiled bacon, and then put this onto my skewer. So I've got my bacon wrapped shrimp with basil ready to go on the grill. Okay, so what I've done is I've halved my potato, and I've scooped out most of the potato, and I've basically just put it in this mixing bowl. To that, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of whipping cream, or milk is fine too. I'm going to add about a tablespoon and a bit of some sour cream. And then I'm going to grate a couple tablespoons of old cheddar into here. So I'm just going to kind of mix this together, mash it a little bit. It's going to have lumps, and that's okay. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, just a little bit of salt. I'm going to add just half a beaten egg, and I'm just going to add some scallions to that as well. So again, I'm going to just give this a little mix. If you're ever looking for variations, I mean, baked potatoes, you can do a lot of stuff like this. I mean, I could add bacon to this, which would be awesome, of course. I could do like chipotle and onion, or maybe some blue cheese and thyme, or different kinds of cheese, maybe a bit of pesto. Again, the variations are kind of up to you. They cook up amazing and taste really good. So I'm going to take my shells here, and I'm going to pour the all my potato back into there, and I'm going to put these back in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until they start to brown and crisp up. So I pulled my steak out here about an hour ago. I like my steaks almost at room temperature, because when I barbecue them, they actually grill better and faster rather than still being very cold and very wet. So I take it out, I dry it off, I trim up any of the fat, outside fat that I want and that I can. And then what I've got here is I've got half a tablespoon of vegetable oil, I've got a half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, half a teaspoon of red wine vinegar, half a teaspoon of ground pepper, a bit of kosher salt, and I'm going to just brush this onto my steak. Okay, so all this really have to do is to grill my shrimp and grill the steak. So the shrimp is only going to take about 6 minutes on the grill or so about 3 minutes on either side, and that should get the bacon nice and crispy. And the steak, usually for a steak this thickness, it's about 1 inch thick. It's going to take about 8 minutes to get to where I like it, which is around rare, medium rare. I'll try to do some filming outside, but it's starting to get a little dark out, and I'm not sure if it's going to record that well. So I'm telling you what I'm going to do now, just in case it doesn't. But I'll show you the finished plate once it's done, and let's see how this goes. I'm going to put my steak on. That's the sound I want to hear. Okay, I'm just going to pick this up, and I'm just going to turn it over. Okay, another 2 minutes. So now what I'm going to do, I'm getting nice lines on my steak. I'm just going to turn it 45 degrees the other way. Okay, last turn. You can see that I got great char marks on that. That's perfect. I'm also going to put my bacon wrapped shrimp on as well. About 6-7 minutes. My steak is done. The last important thing you need to know about steak is once you cook it, you need to let it rest. Okay, like a good steak should let it rest at least 5 minutes. So I've got my steak here. I'm just going to basically put a bit of the red eye down on top of it. So here's the final plate. I've got my striploin and my grilled shrimp and my twice baked potato. It smells great, and I don't know why I'm staying here recording it instead of eating it. So I hope you enjoyed this latest episode. So I hope you enjoyed this latest episode. So I hope you enjoyed this latest episode. Come on. So I hope you enjoyed this latest episode of The Drunk Chef. Fucking hell. So I hope you enjoyed this latest episode of The Drunk Chef. Enjoy, cheers, and I hope the food is great. Perfect.